Hello, welcome to my channel, Becoming Bev. Today I have a treat. My friends Liz and Stacy stopped by our FredRock campground. They have been on a big adventure. They've been to Nashville and just traveling in their RV for a couple of weeks. I know Liz and Stacy from my friend Yvonne's Glamper Girls Facebook group. When I first met them, they had brought their banjos and their musical instruments, and they just got them out and were sitting around having a little jam session for all of us girls out there camping, and I just fell in love with them. I grew up listening to bluegrass music. My parents would sit on the porch and play, and it was one of the times in my childhood I remember there being true harmony in the family, so I have a special love for that kind of music. Now, besides the music, I also love, Liz and Stacy are both in their 50s, and they've really used this time in their lives to reinvent themselves. And I think a lot of women do that once their kids are grown. Between the two of them, they have 10 children. So you can imagine raising all those kids. There probably wasn't a lot of time for themselves. So now I feel like it's their time. Now, one of the things that Stacy did is she went on a diet. Stacy lost over 100 pounds. It just blows me away when I look at this picture of her. And then Liz has figured out a way to only have to work 2 days a week. Stacy is getting to do some traveling for the first time in her entire life, and it really suits her. They just were glowing when they were here and just felt like they had been on the biggest adventure of their lives. So I'm going to let them tell their story, and then we're going to tour their 2014 Wildwood RV.
Liz is a nurse. She's an RN, and she was working 12-hour shifts. And
we're just paying bills, basically.
Bills.
There was no extra money.
Older house built in the 50s, and there was just constant maintenance and upkeep and things going wrong, and we were just working ourselves to death. And
Lots of debt.
Lots of debt.
We were able to pay all our debt off, all the credit cards and both cars, and pay for the campers that we have. The thought process in selling everything and becoming debt-free was just to simplify our life, get rid of stuff. We just realized we didn't need it, and it was just taking up space and collecting dust, and just living simpler was a definite plus to going full-time RV.
She had a lot of equity in her house, and so we decided to sell it, use the equity to pay off debt, get totally out of debt, paid cash for a 38-foot fifth wheel. It's a 2011 Copper Canyon. So we have two bills now. We have our car insurance and our phone bill, and that's it. It's just a huge burden lifted, and we like it. We wouldn't change anything. We decided to travel, and we went from San Angelo, Texas to Fredericksburg, Texas, and I was able to find a work camp job at a really cool RV park. It's called Wildwood RV Resorts in Fredericksburg, and I work 20 hours a week in exchange for our site. And it includes, we don't have to pay anything. So we get all of our utilities and cable TV, internet. There's a really cool swimming pool and hot tub. And Liz is able to work 2 days a week now at her facility in Kerrville. And we have a little band, and we enjoy playing music, and we enjoy sewing. We have a little online business on Facebook, and we found my position at the campground by subscribed to a newsletter. I think it's called the Work Camper newsletter. We had actually stayed at this RV park several times when we went to Fredericksburg to play gigs or vacation, and we really liked it, and so we already kind of knew the people in the office.
You can do months. You can stay there. We have people working there that have been there 3 years, and there's some that are there for 3 months. They come seasonally, and then they go somewhere else, and then they come back again during the same season they worked before.
I can't really think of anything negative. The pluses, I could make a huge list. We love the social part of it. We love watching a new community build every weekend when people come in. A lot of times we meet people at the pool who are also musicians, and they'll come over and we'll have a jam session. We've met several like that. It's been a lot of fun. Most people are there on vacation and they're camping and everybody's in a good mood. One of the downsides is we have 10 children between us and 4 grandchildren, and getting together for the holidays is kind of difficult. That would be the one thing we miss about having a house, is for gatherings like that. Thanksgiving and Christmas is kind of hard to figure out.
Now that we're in our 50s and kids are grown or pretty much there, it's a good time to start doing things for ourselves. The goal was to be able to do things that I like to do while I'm still able.
And also we just wanted to travel a lot more. So that's why we have the 2 RVs. We have the 38-foot fifth wheel that we live in stationary, and then we bought the little 18-foot Wildwood for traveling around. And we wanted to be able to take off 2 to 4 weeks at a time. And I've never really been out of my little area in Texas, Dawson County. This is just an opportunity for us.
This has freed us up to where we can pretty much go when we want to, because I'm not paying bills. I love this lifestyle choice, and I have no regrets. I have nothing negative to say about it, really. I mean, there's always going to be a downside to anything, but I wouldn't do anything differently.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. I don't have any desire anymore to be back in a sticks and bricks house. I love the freedom, the simplicity. I love only having 5 pairs of shoes, 2 coffee cups. That's all we need, and it's easy to clean. It's easy to maintain. It's easy to mess up too, though, because you're in a small space. So if you get out 3 things, it's going to look messy. But
the goal is, if you do this as a full-time thing, is to make it feel like you're home. You have to downsize, obviously, but also incorporate things that you love into your RV. For instance, decorating. We totally gutted both of ours and redid them, furniture and everything. I think that's important. That way you feel like it's your space.
All right, ladies, show me around your camper.
Okay, well, this is a 2014 Wildwood Extra Light FS edition, and we found it 18 foot. We found it on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. We drove over with full intentions of buying it. When we got it, it was all in original condition.
Cabinets were brown. Walls brown.
Everything, bedding.
There was a booth sitting here, and
it stuck way out. We didn't really need the table. I mean, if we ever wanted to play Rummy Cube or something, we might need a table, but we have an extra table we can set up. So we took the booth out, and we found this little sofa. She loved it. I didn't think it was going to be comfortable. But then I thought, okay, we'll go ahead and try it, and we love it. It's great, and it actually reclines 5 different positions. It lays all the way flat,
and it can be a bed, obviously.
We painted everything, all the cabinets white, and
we're going with the retro theme. Retro.
Yeah. So we did the walls gray. We did the wallpaper on 2 walls. We're going with the funky orange shag rug, but we ordered this from Spoonflower Wallpaper. This wall over here was really easy to do because there was nothing to cut around. This wall over here was a booger bear, and there's a little secret. We ran out, and we have one little spot right back here that we didn't get. Kind of just hid that. This camper is just a lot more functional for us than our last camper was.
The traveling one.
Yeah. We live, in our 5th wheel, and we'll have to show pictures of that too. We don't plan on cooking in here, and so Liz found this big cookie sheet, and we just put it over the burners
and just covered it with.
So we have our little ice machine here. We haven't wallpapered the bathroom yet because we were trying to get this totally done before we left, and we found a couple of leaks, and we had to replace this faucet here, the sink,
which I like better because actually the old one was just here, but this one you can move it around so you can get things out of the way.
So the commode had a little slow drip at the back, and we had to replace a little thing on that. So those leaks became the priorities over the bathroom wallpaper. But we can show you what the bathroom wallpaper is going to be. Yeah. We decided to go with the vintage pinup girls, which we think that'll be fun in the bathroom.
I love it.
We think we need to give them all retro vintage names, so if you have any ideas or suggestions. We actually made this pillow out of, but this is our little vintage camper that we sold recently. We named her after our grandmothers. My grandmother was Alta, and her grandmother was Faye. So her name is Alta Faye. And Liz actually did that with felt and appliqued it on. and we keep the pillow to remember her by.
Yeah.
She's gone to a new home now,
Yeah.
and the owner loves her. I got a message from her the other day on Facebook saying she's so glad to have her. And it was so funny. We were listening to a song. I don't remember what the song was, but at the same time she said, "Do you know what we need in here?" And I was thinking a Kit Kat clock. And I think it was something about the lyrics of the song made us both think of that. She said, "We need one of those cat clocks." And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's what I was thinking." And so, of course, I look it up on Amazon, and there it is, goes in my cart, and we have it 2 days later. I think, our children, I think they're happy for us. I mean,
This lifestyle is, our family thinks it's, at first they were a little bit
they
curious.
thought we had lost our minds,
But I think they get it now, and they see it as a good thing.
Well, and Liz's kids are in 4 different states. They're spread out, and my kids are all pretty much within 2 to 3 hours of me, so I can still make all the little birthday parties and see them, as often as I can. Yeah, we did have the vintage. We did the vintage campers for a while, and we had no bathroom, no running water, very basic. And we thought, those are fun for a 3-day weekend. But traveling distances like we wanted to do, we wanted to be able to boondock. We wanted to have water tanks, water pumps, be able to use a generator. We wanted to have a TV, a small TV, just because we're not huge TV watchers, but we thought, what if it's raining and we want to just sit on the couch and watch TV? We want to be able to do that and be comfortable. We wanted to have our coffee pot. We wanted our ice machine. There's things, I guess it's very glamorous, camping, but we wanted a shower. We wanted to be comfortable. We're kind of over the vintage thing, which a lot of our friends still do that, and it's a lot of fun. But I think for any length of time, we wanted to be comfortable. We wanted to have a good mattress. We wanted to have an extra place for grandkids to come and stay. We also have a little sewing business, so you wouldn't believe what all we have in our fifth wheel. We've got 2 sewing machines, a serger. We do sublimation printing, make t-shirts. We do t-shirt blankets. We do all kinds of stuff. So we have all of this stuff in our fifth wheel too, but we managed to make it all fit and make it all work. This was our birthdays. Our birthdays are April 25th and April 27th. And this year, Liz said, "Hey, what would you think about going to Nashville, taking the camper and going to Nashville?" We got to meet Rhonda Vincent, who is one of my favorite bluegrass mandolin pickers. And then we headed this way and stopped in to see Beverly and Misty. And
That was a spur of the moment thing. That's nice too. If you don't have a schedule, really.
Yeah.
You can spur the moment, and we knew she was here, and it's not very far out of our way going to Arkansas. So,
and this is just such a cute,
stop.
fun place. I've been taking pictures and videos, and I've got friends that are already asking for the link to where they can, book a trip. So it's really cute. 3.
roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. I'll lay around the shack till the train comes back. I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Let's do it again. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. I'll lay around the shack till milk train comes back, and I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. I'll lay around the shack till milk train comes back, and I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. I'll lay around the shack till the milk train comes back, and I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms.
Bravo! I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this video today. I hope you enjoyed their music and their RV and just who they are as human beings as much as I do. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for being here with me. You keep watching and I'll keep posting content.